NASCAR Throwback from Darlington Raceway. This is NASCAR.com GarageCam presented by Mobile One. From Cale Yarbrough to Dale Earnhardt to Cole Trickle, we got them all in Darlington, South Carolina, and we're going to give you a 30-minute live, raw, uncut, behind-the-scenes look at this garage right now. NASCAR Facebook Live and on NASCAR.com. So chime in, tell us who you are, where you're from. We want to have questions today. We want to hear cool scuttlebutt about these awesome race cars, including Cody Trickle. Can we get some duct tape and make this trickle? Rick Ware, Rick Ware, can we make it trickle? Cody Trickle. It needs to say Cody Trickle. The boys working on this Cole Trickle. Oh, we had a Dick Trickle throwback in the other garage. Anyway, this is GarageCam. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, bringing you outside into the bright sunshine and throwing back with some plaid is Jonathan Merriman, our wonderful on-air guy. And oh, check it out, it's Derek Cope. And Derek Cope has got one of the coolest throwbacks here because you're throwing back, man, to yourself.
Yeah, I guess that means I'm really old. I don't know. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm really delighted what Darlington does here. It really does how the community embraces it and the teams themselves. So we're excited to have Mane and Tail. They're actually here, and
really,
yeah, they're actually here. They're on the car, so it's it's a real throwback. And to have the entity that really brought Bobby Alice and myself here in '96 or '95, it's nice to have them back here and participate and enjoy this. And a lot of memories are flooding back.
What type of memories are flooding back? Because I remember this car as one of the most colorful stock cars that I've ever seen.
Yeah, some of the most productive times of my career, other than early when I won Daytona in Dover, but, with Jimmy Finnick and that whole group, and Keith Allman and Bobby Allison, and, it was just a great time. We ran fast, we ran good every week, had a shot to win, so just have a lot of great memories, and, it definitely makes you think a great deal when you see that and all these pictures that these guys are having me sign when they bring it up, so, yeah, great memories.
In the program, when it says you're throwing back, does it say self?
I don't know that. I haven't even seen it yet, but it probably does. I don't know. It's remarkable to have this length of a career and still be a stable fixture in the sport. And got to thank Premium Motorsports as well as Mane and Tail to give me the opportunity.
All right, that's really cool that Mane and Tail is actually on the car, and not just on the car for decor. They're here at the track, one of the original sponsors for Derek Cope. And oh man, such great memories looking back at this colorful machine. Mane and Tail was part of our sport for so long. Hey, how could we not show the side of the Cole Trickle car here, the Cody Trickle, Cody Ware car? Pray for Texas. They're raising money for the state of Texas and relief efforts there. Big ups to using your platform, Cody Ware. Nicole Hawkins, hello from northern Idaho. Of course, Louis D. Donato wanted to see that Chase Elliott 1976 throwback, and it's a throwback right here for Jeffrey Earnhardt to his grandfather's 1980 Busch car. Looks like that Harry Gant paint scheme, though, that they had last year in a way. Ray Galding. Corey LaJoie, check out this scheme. Really cool. This is the Davey Allison NASCAR Xfinity Series, well, back then Busch Series paint scheme. That was a really cool looking scheme, the number 23 on Davey Allison's car and the 23 on Corey LaJoie's car. Both at the time, Davey Allison was an underdog in our sport. Corey LaJoie, currently an underdog in our sport. Right alongside, if we step on through here, this scheme right here, just the colors right there, and of course the angles and the number 15. You just think of Bud Moore and that Bud Moore Ford. Well, this is a Toyota, of course, the number 15, but still pretty darn cool to see. Oh my gosh. This guy is a throwback indeed. This might be the coolest throwback shirt. I think you should have thrown it back to your grandfather maybe, but you do have a really cool Davey Allison tribute on your car.
Oh man, I think that's one of the coolest ones here. In my opinion, I'm a little biased. I drive it, but to have a Davey Allison throwback car here at Darlington, my first ever attempt here. I didn't know how to get to the tunnel this morning. I drove around about 45 minutes.
So this is your first? Wow.
First time, yeah. So
first time testing the Lady in the Black and that stripe there, racing this track and not the other cars.
I'm going to try to wait until Sunday night to get the infamous Darlington stripe. I know my guys here in the garage would love it if I waited to get the Darlington stripe as well. So I'm excited. All the cars look cool. A T-shirt looks cool. This
is a
T-shirt.
1984
original. 81, sorry.
Well, that's to your dad. I thought looking at 17 at first, I thought it was your grandpa's, but, you know, third generation you are, and such heritage right here.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they made T-shirts back in the 60s. So, they didn't make.
They were
custom,
handmade.
They were handmade woven T-shirts. So this is the original Rangers Joy T-shirt. I might have to get some Throwback Core of the Joy shirts made like this.
Yeah, you need to do that. Just change the name right there and do it.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Duct tape.
We'll buy it.
Yeah.
All right. Corey LaJoy, we appreciate you joining us. And look at this awesome paint scheme. Once again, the Davey Allison colors and that number 23, the Dr. Pepper ride. Reed Sorensen's number 15 throwing back to Bud Moore there, that Bud Moore paint scheme. And what a great man, Bud Moore, and a true American hero, somebody that stormed the beaches of Normandy. A lot of people don't realize the grand scope of Bud Moore's life. It goes so far beyond NASCAR. Stephen Curtis, the Davey Allison throwback is the best. Mellow Yellow was a cool looking car, says John Wayne, and I think you have a cool name right there, John Wayne. Loves Truck Stop throwback right there. And Cole Witt's throwback, I got to tell you, a lot of NASCAR fans will probably look at this and go, okay, well, what the heck is he throwing back to? But this is really special. Ted Witt and Ted Witt Plumbing on the side of Cole Witt's car. That's his grandfather. Was a racer himself in the West Coast, and had a really cool Camaro. Seen some pictures of it back in the day, and this is the exact scene that was on that car. And way to go, Cole Witt, for keeping it in the family here and having a truly unique throwback at Darlington. Oh, geez. Man, look at this guy. I think he's sitting on a chicken. Hey, how about that for an intro? Hey, but
thank you.
You know, hey, not going to just sit here and pick on your legs, but we want to talk about this amazing paint scheme that you got here. Tell us about it.
I'm partial to it. I think it's the best in the garage, or one of the best. There's some really, really good ones this year.
Yes.
But
I'm partial to
cool.
it too because I'm a huge Bobby Allison fan.
Dude, it's dang cool. Bobby Allison, Miller High Life car throwback. And this was, I got to give credit where credit's due. CorvetteParts.net. Tom and TJ Keene.
Yep.
It was their idea, and
you guys even did hats for it, huh?
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's
throwback
pretty cool.
hats. Dude, I got to give them credit though. It was like they said that, and I looked at it, and I was like, that is probably the best idea, and it has gotten so much traction.
Now, 2 questions. How geeked up are you to hop in a car, a Bobby Allison car, number 1, and will you be having any Miller High Life?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I should.
Yeah, I think you should.
It's not like I'm a huge beer drinker.
Well, no, but it's ceremonial-wise.
That's part of the throwback, yeah.
Of course, not before anything, but maybe tonight with dinner, just throw back a little Miller High Life.
Yeah, not before practice.
No.
NASCAR
no, that wouldn't be good.
Maybe after.
But you know, a little ceremony, because Bobby Allison, if you see him around, you know, the Concord or Mooresville area, every once in a while you'll still see him drinking a Miller High Life.
Crack open a Miller High Life.
He will.
I think we may have to do that. It was a cool car. I'm pretty excited, but I am like a nerd. I'm like a race fan walking into this place because Darlington is like, for all people who haven't been here, is like literally one of the coolest places that we go. Super historical, and I'm a race fan. I walk in here, I'm telling my wife, we're walking in, I'm like, babe, this track's so cool. Look at all these schemes. I'm like pointing them out to her. I'm like, look at this car, and she needs to brush up on her NASCAR knowledge a little bit.
That's okay. You can help her with that, but it's so cool to come here and be a geek and be a dork because this is really connects with the core fan that we've had for so many years. And how important is that to connect with that core fan and also teach the history to the new fan?
It's like you said, that's like the perfect way for both groups of fans, because it's one of the coolest things for us to see all those old school fans get so into this weekend and be talking about it. Like the comments I've gotten, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're running the old Bobby Allison throwback scheme. That's so cool. And then for the younger fans, like getting to see that and then kind of brushing up on their, you know, getting to know some of their NASCAR knowledge and some of the older days, it's really a cool weekend for everybody. This is probably my favorite weekend of the year. It's so fun. Like my crew chief Gene Need was joking, and he's in the garage. They're in the hauler. He was joking. I was like, Gene, where's your mustache or this and that? He's like, dude, I'm a throwback just being in the garage. He's like, I worked on those cars.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, this Bobby Allison paint scheme, a favorite of many in this garage area, and Matt DiBenedetto Rocking it pretty well, I'll tell you that. Oh boy, okay, hold on. This is pretty cool. Levine Family Racing rocking the Alan Kulwicki number 95 paint scheme. And a lot of people know the famous paint schemes, the Hooters paint schemes and all that for the great Polish race car driver that invented the Polish victory lap. But Alan Kulwicki, a great champion of our sport, and this was his rookie car, the Quincy's Steakhouse car. I remember going to Martinsville Speedway one time, no joke, with my family saying, Mom and Dad, we gotta stop and eat at Quincy's. And they're like, why? And I was like, because they sponsor Alan Kulwicki's car. Well, yeah, that's why. I mean, but this car right here, throwing back to Alan Kulwicki, a great tribute to a great independent, and this is a great independent team that's put forth some amazing results this year. Alan Kulwicki, the Mighty Mouse on there. Of course, he drove the Underbird. And the steering wheel right there, we alluded to it on the Xfinity Series show, the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation and Sherry Pollux and the foundation helping so much for cancer research. And all of our thoughts and prayers are always with her and everybody that they do so much for the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation. It's an unbelievable deal. Dale Jarrett throwback right next door, the number 10, little Robert Yates tribute on this Ford right here. Robert Yates, one heck of a competitor, engine builder and team owner, and one heck of a nice guy too, who's fighting his own fight with cancer, and we love him very much. And what respect showed here to not only this paint scheme, people think Dale Jarrett, but it's also Robert Yates in that championship. The Ford Credit number 10, Danica Patrick flying these throwback colors this week. You can't have a throwback show without showing the STP car and the STP hats. This crew knows how to get it done. Richard Petty, they go throwback almost every week, man, because the king defines throwback when he walks in the garage with that cowboy hat and the belt buckle the size of a baby's head and sunglasses, man. He's the king of cool in our garage area. Terry Labonte scheme on the number 47 of A.J. Allmendinger. Chris Buescher throwing back. This is kind of interesting, folks. If you look at this, you know, the casual fan might say, well, this is like a Jeff Bodine scheme. But remember, this is not that. This is a Patty Moise paint scheme. So pretty cool to see the Patty Moise tribute on Chris Buescher's number 37. This was the throwback of the year easily. Oh, hey, what's up, JR? This was easily the throwback of the year last year, this number 13 car, and it's gotta be one of the top throwbacks of this year as well, even though it is a repeat, but it's not a repeat for the driver. Ty Dillon, his first year driving for this number 13 group, the rookie competitor. Of course, you can tune in to the Sunoco rookie pieces every week on NASCAR.com, and Ty Dillon, this the Smokey's best damn garage in town. This is the best damn garage cam in town. Smokey Unick, a true legend of our sport, and oh man, one heck of a character. If you've never read his book, it's amazing. Love the throwback paint scheme, says Pamela Lee. We do too. This is unbelievable. This garage is absolutely full of them, and we are having such a good time. The man, the myth, the legend, Levi Garrett here, right here. It's Jeff Bodine joining us on GarageCam. How you doing, Jeff Bodine?
I'm good. I think I like my car.
What do you think about this paint scheme? Is it, besides this paint scheme, though, what's your favorite?
I think this is my favorite so far. I just got in here, but I've been excited to drive this car since we decided to do it with Great Clips. It's something that they chose this race early in the year. It was like we wanted to make sure we got a good-looking car, and I think this is a perfect fit for us.
All right, well, you got Bodine. You got Bodine right next to Earnhardt here, and this is a really special paint scheme. When I first started in this sport, man, this was like one of my favorite paint schemes, and it's got to be a really special one for you, Junior.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be able to run it. It really does bring back a lot of great memories for not only me, but the guys that worked on the car, you know, and that's kind of the same for everybody in the garage. A lot of the guys that are either still in the sport or sitting at home can see these cars and bring back a lot of great memories. So I had an amazing group of guys when I drove that number 3 AC Delco car in 98, 99. Without that group, I probably wouldn't have made it. So I owe those guys a lot of appreciation. And this really is all about that. You know, it is fun for me, but it's also cool to be able to tip the cap to all those guys and make that car so fast.
Hey man, this throwback thing is so cool for, you know, the old race fans, but also educating the new ones here. You know, looking up and down this garage, what's your favorite, besides your own, of all the paint schemes?
A lot of weekend left to figure that out. I mean, we're all, you know, we've seen a lot of stuff on the Xfinity side that really don't get a lot of media. Yeah. A lot of good-looking cars over there that you're seeing for the first time. I like that 16 Z-Rex car. Ford over there looks pretty good. But you're seeing a lot of that stuff for the first time getting the racetrack, and there's a lot of cars in the Cup garage that I haven't seen yet. So I'm gonna spend this weekend checking it out. We'll have an appreciation for one of them for sure. We'll have a favorite by the end of the weekend, I'm sure.
What does it mean to have Ken Squire calling a race with you again? You know, like when you go back and you DVR this dang thing, it's cool as heck.
Yeah, I think it's great that he's not only still around, but he's still got it. You know, he can still do the job. So I appreciate him. I thought he had a gift, you know, for. And we were lucky to have guys like him in particular, when we were starting to really get picked up by the networks. We were lucky to have guys with that kind of talent and that kind of energy, and he did it great, you know, and we owe him a lot for being able to bring our sport into the living rooms and houses of a lot of folks back in the late 70s and early 80s.
All right, Dale Jr., we appreciate it. And we love this paint scheme right here. A little footnote. Personal footnote, when he won the championship in 1998, a young Matthew Dillner snuck up onto the back tailgate of a pickup truck with his camera from TNN Race Day and took the victory lap with him and his old man. I got in trouble for it, but it's okay. Pretty please, GarageCam, I need my Dale Jr. fix. It's been 2 weeks. Well, there is the AC Delco paint scheme for the 1998 Xfinity Series champion, Dale Earnhardt Jr., a year that really launched his career. And oh, Frank here with the, how about your all's throwback here? You know, we love to talk to the crew guys too. Tell us about y'all's throwback here.
Ours a throwback, the old Wrangler car.
30th anniversary of Wrangler.
30, yeah, and the win, I think, if I remember right, yeah. So that's pretty cool to be part of this.
Oh yeah, this is a fun weekend for even the crew guys.
Yeah, it is. I think old Dale Jr. should have damn got that white bleached hair back.
Yeah, I think he should have done the frosted tips, but no, he don't want to do that. We've talked about that before. And that's one thing he won't throw back to. They talked about that possibly for Homestead on his podcast with Dirty Mo Radio. Oh man, for some reason right now I just feel like I need a Strohs. That's okay, because this is the old Mark Martin paint scheme that we used to see the Strohs colors on, the number 6 of Trevor Bayne this weekend. And Ricky Stenhouse, his Roush teammate, alongside rocking a Darrell Waltrip throwback. Check it out, Chrome is back, baby. NASCAR outlaw of that chrome back in the day after a season of running it, Darrell Waltrip, and they had to jump through a lot of hoops to get it. They couldn't go with the colors, of course. They got Fifth Third Bank on board for the sponsorship for this machine, but the exact same paint scheme and the chrome numbers are back, baby, for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The 66 of Carl Long, throwing back to himself. Let's go through inspection real quick here. Actually, I think we got enough room to squeeze in on this side, and we'll squeeze past the Miller Genuine Draft number 2 throwback for Brad Keselowski on the laser inspection. The Rusty Wallace. Oh, look at that MGD paint scheme. If you're a fan of the 90s of NASCAR, my God, this is special. Johnny Garner, any chance of seeing Brad's midnight paint scheme? Well, there you go, baby. Right for you here on NASCAR Facebook Live and NASCAR.com. That is awesome. When we talked about the Wrangler paint scheme, let's show you that real quick before it rolls by. For Austin Dillon, 30th anniversary scheme for Wrangler. It's loud in the garage here right now because the Xfinity cars are on track as we get ready for the first Monster Energy Cup Series practice. Scott Smith, there will be a lot of throwback Darlington stripes by the end of the weekend. Oh, yes, it will. This racetrack eats up race cars like no other. They say if you're going to race this racetrack successfully, you're not just racing the competitor alongside you. Actually, you have to race this track more than you do the other competitors. Because if you don't, or you have one momentary lapse of concentration, boom, there you are into that famed red and white striped outside wall, donning the stripe on the right side of the car that has been so affectionately known as the Darlington stripe. Kyle Busch having an unbelievable part of this season. You want to talk about the hottest drivers in NASCAR. 8 of the last 13 stages in Monster Energy Cup competition have been won by this Las Vegas, Nevada driver. Kyle Larson regaining the magic just the other week with a win just in time for the chase. Just in time for NASCAR's playoff Monster Energy Cup Series. And the throwback for Kyle Busch. Oh, this is spectacular right here. I bet you the Kyle Larson, though, wishes he could grow that awesome Yanni-esque hair that Kyle had when he was driving this machine. I love all the throwback logos. We even have throwback silver bullet sticker, throwback 3M sticker, throwback Moog. Oh, that is awesome right there on this car. And of course, Mobile One, proud sponsors of NASCAR.com GarageCam. It's loud and colorful in this garage area, a cavalcade of colors and beautiful paint schemes paying homage to our sports history and heritage. It is unbelievable. This one right alongside may not be a paint scheme that is widely known throughout the Cup ranks of Cup fans, but this Flying 11 Mr. Modified from Richmond, Virginia. Ray Hendrick, one of the great modified drivers of all time. Denny Hamlin paying tribute to Ray Hendrick on both of his race cars, his race car in the Xfinity Series and the Flying 11 right here in the Monster Energy Cup Series. A beautiful race car, and it's going to look amazing on the high banks of Darlington. Even the pit crews are involved. Even the people from McLaren are rocking some old school swag and sideburns right here. Bill Elliott's 1976 debut, the paint scheme on this number 24 of Chase Elliott. I remember that powder blue car. It was something special, and it's got to be a special thing for Chase Elliott to strap in a car paying tribute to his father's beginnings in the sport. This car was supposed to pay tribute to the beginnings of Matt Kenseth's career, the Circle K colors on board. The striping a little similar, but Matt Kenseth, it was supposed to pay tribute to his first Xfinity Series win when he nudged Tony Stewart out of the way at Rockingham. The number 1, Jamie McMurray, we know that from Donnie Allison. This is a David Pearson tribute scheme, and actually had a little breakfast alongside Donnie Allison this morning in a hotel in Florence, South Carolina. He's here as part of this awesome celebration weekend in Darlington, South Carolina. Mark Martin paint scheme on board for Clint Boyer, and a special tribute on so many of these cars right here for Adam Wright, a crew member with Junior Motorsports that we lost. A great man and a great guy in the garage that we're going to miss so dearly. The Jimmy Johnson scheme, it may not be the most popular throwback of all the throwbacks, but we have to say this might be one of the best looking cars in the garage area. Throwing back to a little motorcraft. Oh my God, did you see the dirty stash right here? Oh my gosh. That is a dirty stash right there. We got dirty stashes there. We got dirty stashes here. That is a dirty stash, man. I like it.
Just trying to keep up with you. That's all.
I don't know. Mine's pretty bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you have a cool hat though.
You got a cool hat too.
Nice.
This is the Mutual Admiration Society here. Tell me about this awesome Wood Brothers throwback right here.
Yeah, it's Kyle Petty's 1987 scheme. So we're really happy to have it. I think it looks really good. I like walking up and down the garage and seeing all the cool different cars and things like that. I think the suit is really cool. It's a suit that it's his style suit that he wore, and
hopefully I can wear this for the rest of the year. That'd be kind of cool, but it's nice to be back here, and at least the rain held off, which is nice, and it's always a special weekend.
Well, with this mustache and the look that you got going, the long hair there, do you feel like you need an open face helmet and goggles?
Yeah, I asked if I could do that, and they said no, so that's probably for the best. It's probably a little bit safer route, but maybe I'll keep working on it and see what we can do.
Maybe for photos. All right, Ryan Blaney rocking the Kyle Petty throwback scheme right there. And oh, there's the Wood Brothers right there, and having a good talk with Ken Squire, a man that's meant so much to Darlington, and of course the TV deal. And all right, Ken, how excited are you to see all these great paint schemes paying homage to the history and heritage of our sport?
Well, it's kind of overwhelming that the teams care that much. The crowd seems to care even more.
And it definitely comes through in the broadcast booth also. How excited are you to get back in that booth with your buddy Ned there and relive old memories and give us all something that we look forward to every year?
It's very kind of you to say.
It means a lot.
Well, it means a lot to me, I'll tell you that. The more you push through 80, the more it means.
Ken Squire, thank you for all you've done with the sport. We appreciate it. Ken Squire. It is loud down here. Hard to even hear each other there. I could hear what Ken said a little bit there, but 21 car just fired up. Next to us, a few other cars just firing up. 3 minutes to go as we look at Joey Logano's number 22, as well as the Ryan Blaney car. Well, this isn't really a throwback, but it's a scheme paying tribute to the rookies of the sport with the Rookie of the Year award, and so many great ones on there. I see Loy Allen on there, and Ron Bouchard, and Ken Bouchard, and Davey Allison, and so many others right there. Oh, there we go. Dick Trickle, the 1989 Rookie of the Year. So many different people on this. Rusty Wallace, of course, Ernie Irvin, Alan Kowicki, an unbelievable display of some of the great people in our sport. Who is that? I don't know, but somebody's rocking a guitar there, and it's absolutely, totally 80s, man, and we love it. That's awesome. Oh, Dick Trickle would mount a cigarette lighter in his seat of his race car. Here's a guy throwing it back every single week because he throws it back with the mullet. Eric Jones. He's throwing back on the Xfinity side with the Davey Allison scheme. Oh, quiet it down. The Xfinity Series cars are off the track, but the number 77 this week rocking the Sunoco Rookie of the Year paint scheme, the number 19 of Daniel Suarez. Man, we rocked through this garage cam, but one of the best parts of the weekend is right now. When we're all in the garage, everybody together, and just in awe of looking at these beautiful race cars. A much taller version of Mark Martin walking through the garage with the rope hat. Here's Matt Kenseth walking to his car, the Circle K car. Hi, Matt. The Flying 11, Denny Hamlin. He'll be motoring on over from the Xfinity side of the garage area. One last look at these cars before they go on the track, and you know what? We should look at this side of the car, because one last look at a lot of the right sides of these cars before they get that famed Darlington stripe. Give you a look at a driver walking to his car right now. Practice about to start in just a minute or two. Kevin Harvick in the Busch Beer scheme walking through the garage. Thanks, brother. Enjoying a beautiful day in Darlington, South Carolina. A little hot, but we'll take it, man. This track, when it gets hot and greasy, just defines the old school nature of stock car auto racing. Heavy race cars on a rough, gritty, old high bank track, motored them high groove up on the wall, inches away from disaster, and that's what's so cool about Darlington. One of the only tracks where you can come here in South Carolina and sit in the grandstands and absolutely just have joy watching practice, because these guys are pushing the envelope, pushing that ragged edge every single lap, and it's absolutely a sight to see. What's your favorite paint scheme? Watching GarageCam right now, we've showed you them all. Chime in on the Facebook Live here, and hey, if I'm eating lunch later, I'm going to chime on and see what y'all said. So interested to see what the fans say about these paint schemes. We're about to start practice on NASCAR.com. Look at that throwback right there. How much do you guys have fun with this deal? Because everybody's got a smile on their face, man.
It's awesome. I mean, it's just neat, you know, the history of this place and everything. It's a lot of fun.
All right, and that's a taller version of Mark Martin there. Yeah. his Emporia Mark Martin right there. But Mark Martin, saw him in the garage area today with a huge smile on his face. So many schemes, a few of them throwing back to him. That's got to be a great thing for a great Hall of Famer and a truly nice person in our sport. I'm Matthew Dillner. This is NASCAR Throwback on NASCAR.com, and he's even shocked, Clint Boyer. And make sure you tune in to the Bojangles Southern 500 Sunday, 6 p.m. NASCAR action on NBC Sports and, of course, MRN and Sirius Satellite XM Radio. Pick your favorite throwback car, get you a favorite throwback beverage, maybe a bologna burger, sit down and watch the race, listen to Ned Jarrett and Ken Squire and the folks call some action to the booth, and enjoy the races, everybody. I'm Matthew Dillner, and until next time, we'll see you at the races.